Over the years, we've built up a deep reservoir of trust among Singaporeans. And I think there are three reasons for this. Firstly, we uphold in the PAP high standards of honesty and integrity. Whatever we do on behalf of the people of Singaporeans. And not only at the national level, the PM and the ministers in government or the MPs in parliament, but every one of our party members on the ground, MPs in the constituencies, branch activists, town councillors. You may be putting together the government's budget. You may be awarding a town council contract. You may be looking after branch funds. It's on behalf of the people. It is the people's resources. You are looking after it. You must do it honestly and in the interest of the people. We must always do things honestly, transparently, with integrity. That is a way to strengthen people's trust in the PAP. Secondly, the PAP is upfront and frank with Singaporeans. That's why they trust us. We don't just say, we're not hao hao xian sheng, everything is all right, just carry on, pretend nothing is wrong. We're upfront and frank when there are difficulties. We don't gloss over them or sugarcoat the reality. We explain clearly the challenges and the choices available so that Singaporeans understand there are good reasons for what we do. And even if the decision is unpopular, we work very hard to persuade people that this is something we have to do together. Take the GST. One ASG spoke about this just now. Very few governments in the world will tell you before an election that they plan to raise taxes. I could have kicked the can down the road, left this to the future PM and his team. But we had to do the right and responsible thing, to be upfront with voters, to explain why the GST increase is unavoidable, and to give lots of advance notice. At the same time, we are doing two other things. We've put together a good support package to help you cope with the change, especially to help the lower income households. We are also making sure the opposition cannot stir this up. You can be sure they will try by announcing the support package early, well before the GST goes up, and importantly, before the next elections. In fact, at last year's budget, Low Tia Kiang asked, why are you talking about the GST now? You're not doing it till later. So Comrade Chi Meng stood up and pointed out to him, you were the one who were asking me, asking the government, when are you going to raise the GST? So why are you now complaining that we are explaining to the people? And if you look at his face, you know that he knows that he has been caught. And he says, we will talk about it when the elections come. So, we are upfront, frank. What you see is what you get. Thirdly, what we promise is what we will deliver. Our policies have improved the lives of Singaporeans in concrete and visible ways. Necessities of life, whether it's healthcare, education, housing, transport, all are affordable, high quality, and we keep on working to improve it. Unlike other political parties, we cannot afford to woo voters with empty words because we do not want them to come back to haunt us. So we are very careful what we put into our manifestos. So when you get the manifesto, please read it very carefully. So that's the first thing we have to do, and that is to maintain the trust people have in the PAP. The second thing we have to do is to give people hope for the future, to feel confident that there's a bright future for themselves, for their children, that we are creating opportunities for everyone to improve their lives, and that in future, Singapore will be better than it is today through our own efforts. And that's what I try to do every time I hold a National Day rally. I sketch out what the outlook is, what the challenges are, what new ideas we have, what all of us need to do together. I'm trying to give not just details of the plans, which the ministers will announce subsequently, but to give a sense of the direction, the path forward, what we can expect, how we are building a better Singapore. Hope. And hope and confidence depends on three factors. First, there must be opportunities for Singaporeans. Not just opportunities for the country to prosper, but opportunities for individual citizens and your families. And therefore, we are spending on preschool so that all children, regardless of background, have a good start in life. And therefore, we are making heavy investments in good education at every level for every Singaporean to enable you to grow to your full potential. Whichever path you take, you can go to the ITE, it's a good facility. You go to the poly, there are opportunities to upgrade. You go to the university, you have courses which help you get a good job. We make sure there are opportunities for the people. We make sure there are opportunities for the students who are coming out from ITE or poly or university, because the economy is expanding, is upgrading, and we are creating good jobs for them. We are launching and pursuing very seriously the Skills Future program so that workers at work have the skills to take on new jobs and to stay employable. And all these enable Singaporeans to participate fully in our growth and success, and to leave no one behind to walk alone.